Imagine waking up one morning to find every city, every monument, and every person on Earth gone. No smoke, no sound, just silence. Believe it or not, this has happened before. Throughout history, entire civilizations have flourished for centuries, then vanished without a trace, leaving only ruins and unanswered questions. Before we begin this journey through time, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. We're about to explore the world's greatest historical mysteries. Stories of real empires that disappeared so completely, it's as if they were erased from existence. Let's start with one of the most advanced ancient societies ever discovered, the Indus Valley civilization. It thrived over 4,000 years ago, stretching across what's now India and Pakistan. Its cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro had plumbing, grid layouts, and public baths long before Rome even existed. But around 1900 BCE, the Indus cities suddenly declined. Buildings were abandoned, trade routes collapsed, and writing vanished. No one knows why. Some blame climate change that dried up rivers. Others point to invading tribes. Whatever the cause, an entire civilization of millions simply disappeared. Then there were the Maya, masters of astronomy, art, and architecture. They built massive pyramids, tracked the stars, and created one of the most accurate calendars in human history. Yet by the 9th century, their great cities like Tikal and Palenka were empty. Jungles swallowed temples, and silence replaced celebration. So what happened to them? Archaeologists believe a mix of drought, overpopulation, and war pushed the Maya to collapse. The soil turned barren and cities couldn't feed their people. When the rain stopped, so did the heartbeat of their civilization. Still, millions of Maya descendants live today. The culture never truly died. Another vanished kingdom was the ancestral Pueblones, or Anasazi, of North America. They carved incredible cliff dwellings into the canyons of New Mexico and Colorado, perfectly blending architecture with nature. Then around 1300 CE, they abandoned their cities. Not slowly, but all at once. No written records tell us why. Perhaps prolonged drought forced migration. Maybe internal conflict or spiritual shifts played a role. What's certain is that the desert winds now whisper through empty stone homes, the only witnesses to one of America's earliest disappearing acts. In Africa, the kingdom of Kush ruled for 1,000 years along the Nile, rivaling Egypt's might. They built pyramids, developed writing, and even conquered Egypt itself. But by 350 CE, the empire of Meru was gone, destroyed by trade collapse, deforestation, and war. Its pyramids still stand half-buried by desert sand. And what about Atlantis? The legend of a mighty island that sank beneath the sea has haunted humanity for millennia. First told by the philosopher Plato, Atlantis supposedly represented greed, power, and divine punishment. While no proof exists, some scientists think it may have been inspired by real disasters, like the eruption of Santorini around 1600 BCE. That eruption wiped out the advanced Minoan civilization. Centered on Crete, they had writing, plumbing, and vast palaces filled with art. But when Santorini exploded, it triggered massive tsunamis and ash clouds that devastated their cities. By the time Greece rose to power, the Minoans were history. Thousands of kilometers away, in the heart of the Pacific, lie the ruins of Nan Madol, an ancient city built on artificial islands. No one knows exactly who built it or how they moved massive stone columns across the ocean. Its builders vanished long before Europeans ever arrived. In the Andes Mountains, the Tiwanaku civilization predated the Inca by centuries. They engineered temples and stonework so precise that even modern tools struggle to replicate them. Then, around 1000 CE, they disappeared, possibly due to drought or the collapse of trade. Their ruins still baffle archaeologists today. But not all vanished empires were destroyed by nature. Some simply fell to time and change. The Khmer Empire, builders of the majestic Angkor Wat, once ruled Southeast Asia. At its peak, Angkor was the largest city on Earth, but by the 1400s it was deserted, reclaimed by the jungle. Scientists believe shifting monsoons, war, and the rise of new trade routes doomed Angkor. For centuries, the temple lay forgotten beneath vines, until French explorers stumbled upon it in the 19th century. Today, it stands as both a wonder and a warning about impermanence. Across the ocean, the Olmec civilization flourished long before the Aztecs or Maya. They carved colossal stone heads weighing up to 50 tons, masterpieces of ancient art. Yet around 400 BCE, their cities vanished. No one knows if war, flood, or famine ended them. Their mystery inspired countless Mesoamerican legends. Even the mighty Roman Empire wasn't immune to collapse. After centuries of dominance, Rome fell in 476 CE. Not in one dramatic event, but through a slow decay of politics, economy, and invasion. In many ways, it's a reminder that no civilization, no matter how powerful, lasts forever. Then there's the lost Nabatean kingdom, builders of Petra in modern Jordan. Carved directly into rose-red cliffs, Petra was once a bustling trade center. But shifting trade routes and earthquakes ended its glory. The city vanished for centuries, hidden by sand, until rediscovered in 1812. In China, the Sansinghui culture created giant bronze masks unlike anything else in history. Then, around 1200 BCE, they vanished without a word. Archaeologists think floods or political shifts forced their abandonment. Whatever happened, they left behind art that still puzzles modern historians. Some civilizations didn't fall, they adapted. The Vikings, feared conquerors of the north, vanished from Greenland by the 1400s. Ice cores show a sudden cooling period, the Little Ice Age. Unable to grow crops or trade, the Norse settlers faded away, leaving behind empty stone churches facing the frozen sea. History shows us that nature, climate, and human choices are powerful forces. A drought can end dynasties. A volcanic eruption can erase a culture overnight. But sometimes, civilizations vanish simply because people move on, seeking hope elsewhere while their old cities crumble in silence. What's fascinating is how quickly memory fades. Within a few generations, stories become myths. Myths become legends. And legends become mysteries waiting for someone to rediscover them. In that sense, the past never truly disappears. It just hides, waiting for us to look closer. Modern archaeology is still uncovering these lost worlds. LiDAR scans in jungles, satellite imaging, and DNA analysis reveal that humanity's story is far older and more complex than we once thought. Every discovery reminds us that our ancestors were not primitive. They were brilliant, creative, and deeply human. But these lost civilizations also teach us something profound. Every empire, no matter how powerful, depends on balance. With nature, with one another, and with time itself. When that balance breaks, even the greatest societies can fall into dust. It's a lesson the modern world would be wise to remember. So, which vanished civilization fascinates you the most? Tell us in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through history's greatest mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Because the past may be gone, but its echoes still shape our world today.